Hey guys, this is going to be a video on how to become a successful one-trick pony. I've been a one-trick pony since Season 2, getting multiple accounts to diamond one-tricking champions like AP Eve Mid, Lee Sin, Vi, Nocturne, and most recently Akali. There are a few misconceptions that I want to clear up for you guys, as well as a few guidelines to consider, so let's get right into it. Obviously the first thing you're going to want to do is pick the champion you're considering one-tricking. While I don't like telling anyone who to play and who not to play, there are a few guidelines you need to follow to become a successful one-trick. Of the 4 guidelines I'm about to mention, the 4th one is by far the most important. The first guideline is you to make sure the champion you're considering one-tricking isn't banned regularly. The second thing to consider is making sure your champion isn't scheduled for a major rework in the future, as it would be pointless to become really good with a champion and memorize mechanics that won't exist in a few months from now. You can look up who's scheduled to be reworked by checking Google, Reddit, or Riot's forums. The third thing to consider is how high the skill cap is for your champion. Will you be rewarded for playing 100 games on this champion, or will someone who's played 10 games be just as good as you? And finally, the last and most important guideline to follow is to make sure you pick a champion that you have fun playing. If you can't play a champion 10 games in a row, then chances are you won't be able to one-trick that champion to gold, diamond, or whatever your desired rank is. There's an old saying, you don't choose your one-trick chooses you. What this means is you can't just decide, I'm going to one-trick Yasuo and be like Arcadata because it looks cool. If you can't enjoy playing a champion over and over again, you psychologically won't be willing to improve your mechanics. How can you be willing to improve your skills with the champion if you're not willing to play the champion? With that said, this is why there are so many Riven and Yasuo mains. Almost everyone that has played Riven would agree she's extremely fun to play with all of her damage, jumps, and stuns. It makes sense why she's probably the most one-trick champion along with Yasuo. These are champions I recommend for each role to consider one-tricking to climb rank in solo queue. Any champion can be one-tricked, but these are champions I believe to be great for those of you looking to climb. Pause the video now if you want to keep looking. Once you found a champion you want to try one-tricking, it's time to learn the mechanics for the champion. I recommend you watch at least one video guide on the champion and one YouTube montage. This way you will not only learn the basic mechanics of the champion, but how to use those mechanics to outplay your enemies. Be sure to look for videos from players that are at least diamond, otherwise you may learn suboptimal ways to play the champion. For example, I have seen a certain popular Akali guide made by a platinum player suggesting Storm Raider Surge as a keystone mastery, when Thunderlords is undeniably the better keystone on Akali. Learning improper mechanics and information about a champion you want to play is really going to hinder your ability to do well with the champion, so be careful. After that, it's just practice, practice, practice. You may find you don't enjoy a champion after 5 games in a row. That just means that it's not the champion for you. Not a big deal, just move on to another champion that you think looks fun to play. Before I end the video, I wanted to address some questions that someone had about one-tricking. They said, "Hello, I would like to ask something about one-trick ponies, and I hope to receive an answer from a real one-trick pony and not just assumptions. Let's say you one-trick pony Katarina, or to be more general, a champion that can mainly fit one position. How do you queue in dynamic, position assignment, for the secondary role, and what do you do if you do not get your main role?" So 99% of champions can be played in multiple roles, maybe not Kindred though. In the case of Katarina, you can definitely cat top with success. It's just going to require you play safer than you would mid, because the lane is a lot longer top than mid, meaning you need to always save your E to jump to safety rather than using it to harass. Most players respect one-trick pony's ability to carry though, and if they see that you're a Syndra one-trick pony mid, there is a good chance they'll swap roles with you if you ask. Do you pick the champion regardless of matchup/compositions, or do you have some backup champions to help with the hard matchups? Well, this depends on who you're considering one-tricking. Personally, being an Akali player in mid to high diamond, I need to be able to play Morgana mid as a backup if the enemy team picks a champion like Annie or LeBlanc that counters me, because I don't trust my jungler's ability to recognize a free gank opportunity when I'm being harassed under my tower. Basically, I have one backup, Morgana, if I think that picking Akali would be a terrible idea. However, I don't think that a backup is necessary until you get to the diamond level, because people at lower ranks don't know how to zone in lane and effectively lane bully properly. It's up to you to decide whether or not you want a backup in the end. I play my backup champion or a champion that hard counters my one trick. In my case, I would pick LeBlanc if I knew the enemy Akali was mid. Do you always play aggressive and usually get in feast or famine situations, or just play normally while waiting for a mistake. Thing is, when you play enough games on a champion and learn all of your limits, meaning the amount of damage you do and how to win each matchup, you know when you can make a good trade. I guess I would say I play normally while waiting for a mistake, but the thing is there's always going to be a ton of mistakes you can capitalize off of until you're high diamond. You just have to be able to recognize those mistakes and act on them. Anyways guys, that's going to be it for the video. I hope I could help some of you out. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and be sure to subscribe for future high level guides. Thank you.